I have always wanted to go and see and bow at the deer in Nara, but I've heard some negative things about them. I've heard that they can be aggressive. I've seen videos of them headbutting tourists, and I wasn't really sure what to expect, so we went just to see what it was like. It's Matsuri season, and there was a festival when we were there for the day. Nara's Onmatsuri is a historic Shinto festival that's been celebrating a deity here since 1136. They have an elaborate procession, traditional music, and reenactment of ancient rituals to ensure peace and prosperity. We arrived in the morning by train and we went straight towards Kasuga Taisha. We took the train here. There was an express. It was really easy to get over here, actually.
Yeah. Last stop on the line, so you can't miss it.
Yeah, it was fast. Anyways, it's mostly sunny. It's nice. We've just spotted our first deer. I've always wanted to come to Nara, so I'm really excited. And today there's a festival Onmatsuri. We're gonna visit some temples and bow at some deer. Within 5 minutes of arriving, you will start to see deer on the street, most of them crowding the deer cracker stalls and the people who are buying them. Those ones I do feel were a little bit more aggressive, and we just walked past them to continue towards the shrine in the park. While Nara is known for its deer, I really wanted to see Kasuga Taisha, and we bowed at deer on the way, and they bowed back, and we walked towards the shrine complex. It was significantly less busy with tourists and deer towards the shrine, and I do feel like the deer there were more polite. So we walked all the way to the end. We're almost at Kasuga Taisha, the first temple that I wanted to visit, and there's all these like cops that are walking around. I feel like a detective. I'm like, okay, something important is happening. And I know something important is happening. We just don't know exactly where the procession is going to be later. So we're going to check out this temple. Wow, look at his antlers. Is that an antler?
I think so.
Kasuga Taisha was established in 768 in Nara, enshrining 4 deities associated with thunder and wisdom. They consider the deer messengers to the gods, and there are many donated lanterns that light the path. We just had one licked our hand, and it's softer than I expected it to be. It's soft, like a dog. So earlier I was reading that there are still real-time rituals that happen every year, and this one is saying that the 2,200 time honored rituals are conducted annually. And then these lanterns apparently were also donated by samurai, local people, businessmen, and apparently there's thousands here in this forest. And then apparently there's also 1,000 of these lanterns, and they light them up twice a year. We got this fortune when we were inside. It's a little cute deer. It's so cute. It's a little deer, and he's holding a piece of paper, and then I think this envelope is just for the fortune.
A scroll for wisdom.
Yeah, so we picked the English one. He's got some writing on his butt. Oh. How cute. Here. Okay. Ooh. It's a long scroll. It says, Katsuga Taisha Shrine, good fortune in the end. It says, your desire will not come about exactly as you hope, but if you wait for the proper time, all will be well. The awaited one will come, but late. It's a very long fortune. Oops. But it says good fortune in the end, so I still consider it a good fortune. We bought our deer crackers just outside of the shrine, bowed, and fed mainly the female deer. The male deer with their horns off were slightly more aggressive and would bravely come up and nip at our pockets if they got the chance. The people who were freaking out, screaming with the cookies in their arms just could have hidden them right away.
Here's a fact you might not know. Deer aren't as smart as people.
Also, they can't see because the table where you buy the cookies is really high up. I was scared to take out the cookies earlier, but this is what they look like. They give you a pile of these like flat crackers for 200 yen. Most of the deer bowed back, and they were varying in age and size. It's interesting. I was told that the deer have learned to bow because Japanese people bow at them, so they bow back. And it's obviously working for them because the ones that do bow are getting fed the deer crackers. So we were just walking along, and there's this bambooed, fenced-off area. And we met someone, and they said that they think the parade will be here. It's going to start from the JR station around noon and then come this way. And you can start to see that people are kind of like waiting by the side barriers to see what's going to happen. And at the far end, There's like a tent area and you can pay to sit there. So an event like this has been going on for over 900 years, and apparently all of the choreography and outfits and all of the styles are over 1,000 years old. So I'm really curious to see what they're gonna do today.
The procession goes on for hours, so we opted to continue on and see the Buddhist sculpture hall, where there's a permanent exhibition of almost 100 Buddhist sculptures. Nearby, there's also the Nara National Museum in Nara Park. It mainly has Japanese Buddhist art, but we were able to see the Matsuri costumes up close, and that was really neat after having seen the Matsuri costumes being worn during the parade procession.
So there's this exhibition right now for Onmatsuri, which is what's going on, and today is December 17th, so it's free. And there's masterpieces of Buddhist art, Buddhist sculpture.
And then heading back to Nara, we stopped at the Nara Visitor Center and got a cute deer stamp for my stamp collection. They showed me a list of all the stamps that you can get in Nara, and there was quite a few. And inside the visitor center, they also teach how to make deer origami. Because it's a town festival, the area had filled up with food stalls and kids' arcade games towards the train station. We wandered around, tried a chocolate bar taiyaki.
So we got a taiyaki. We picked one up. This one said it was chocolate. It looks like a chocolate bar that he put into it. Is that true?
Pretty good.
It has the texture of like if Nutella was a chocolate bar that has a light Rice Krispie crunch. We didn't expect to find this at all. So this is great.
And as the sun was setting, we decided it was time to go back towards the train. And that was our day in Nara. I loved it. I loved seeing the deer. I loved seeing them bow. It was such a fun and enjoyable time. I do feel like we could have stayed overnight or spent a little bit more time there because there's the Great Buddha and there's a few other things that I wanted to see and do, but I was really happy that we were able to catch some of the Matsuri procession because that has been going on only once a year for almost 1,000 years. The deer themselves I also loved seeing, bowing at them, feeding them, meeting the polite ones. Some of them even let you pet them. It's just such a weird and unique experience. It feels a little bit like you're in a very large petting zoo, but these are wild deer that have just become accustomed to people. Thanks for coming along with us.